Hello, my name is Russ McSwain, and I am an implementation specialist with McGraw-Hill Education. And I'm here today to talk to you about Redbird Mathematics and how students get started in Redbird Math. First, let's take a quick look at an overview of the course. It is a web-based Case 7 adaptive math program, so based on students' responses, they're going to receive their own personalized learning pathway in Redbird. The program was developed at Stanford University after more than 25 years of research, and it's really designed to complement whatever core math program a student may currently be using, and ultimately to get the student ready for Algebra 1. Now in Redbird, student access is gained in one of two ways, either through self-registration, where you receive a registration code. You would go to our homepage, my.mheducation.com, click Create Student Account, as you can see in the screenshot here, and then enter in the code and the student's personal information, first name, last name, just basic. That's all that we really need. You can create your own username and password. Just to note that usernames do have to be unique in our system, so you may have to, may take you a couple tries to find one that's not already taken, but hopefully that will not be too much of an issue. So self-registration is one way. Another way is when student credentials are created for you and you receive them via email, either from someone at McGraw-Hill or from maybe from the student's teacher. You just receive the username and password. You will log in. All students will log in at my.mheducation.com. We'll take a quick look at that. So you can see it's got the login at the end too, but really all you have to do is just type in my.mheducation.com and it'll fill in the rest for you. Please note there's no www, so if you enter in www beforehand, you'll get an error message. So just make sure you leave that out, and it'll bring you to the login page here. Once students log in, they're automatically enrolled in their class, so they'll see their Redbird class, and they'll just hit launch, and they'll move right into their unit, their first experience, which will be the course placement activity. It's referred to on the student page as the Kickoff Challenge. So the Kickoff Challenge is set up automatically for all students in grade levels 1 through 7. Kindergarten students would just begin at the very beginning of the course and bypass this Kickoff Challenge. Usually it takes 10 to 20 minutes to complete. You'll want to have a talk with the students beforehand to make sure they understand the importance of this assessment. Because it's really going to dictate where they start in the course. Because once they complete this Kickoff Challenge, the course will place them either at the beginning or middle of a grade level K through 7. Now, if you feel like after the students completed and they're given a placement, if you do not feel it's accurate, you can contact us and we can reset either the Kickoff Challenge. We can reset it for them to take it over, or we can just manually move them either to the beginning or middle of a grade level. And you can see there at the bottom the shortened URL for the the form that we've created for you to request these adjustments. It's bit.ly, that's bit.ly /Redbird support, all lowercase. This is what the form looks like live. It's got some additional links on it as well, including to our educators resource page, which has some additional resources that might be useful for you. But just basic information, just tell us who you are, who the student is. We do have a link to here, if you are going to make a grade placement adjustment, we have a link to our course outline. Which, as you can see it on the screen, it identifies the beginning or middle of a grade level. So it shows all the units, all the lessons, and then it's identified which part is the beginning or middle. So you'll know exactly where you want to, what grade level and whether it's the beginning or middle you want to request. You'll know exactly what content they're going to work on and all the content they'll work on going forward based on that request. You can also request a password change from this page, and that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple page to fill out. Just get to the end, hit submit, and we'll be notified immediately, and we'll have that adjustment made within 24 hours. We do ask for 48 hours just in case we're getting a lot of requests, but typically within 24 hours we'll get that adjustment to you, and we'll send you a follow-up email to confirm that. Alright, so let's say a student takes a course placement and they receive their placement. So we'll hit launch here. They'll go into their student homepage where they'll see the name of their unit here at the top, understand multiplication, where if we were to look back at the course outline here, we can see that that's the beginning of 3rd grade here. I'm going to go back. There is a unit intro video which has a STEM theme and is really designed to get the students really excited about the unit and all the lessons, and by tying in that STEM profession. They'll usually only watch it once or twice, and then each time they log in, they'll usually just hit start and pick up right where they left off in the course. Notice there is a gamepad here in the middle. That's a motivator. They know at the end of, in this case, the 5th lesson, they're going to get to play a game, so that hopefully will keep them moving. A few other things on the screen. At the top, you'll see that their name will be at the top. If they click on it, this is where they would log out. This is also where they could see the total time spent in the session. So if you wanted them to work 30 minutes or 20 minutes, they could keep tabs on it up here and log out whenever they reach that time limit. View progress. This is how you're going to keep track of their progress in the course. So let's take a look at a student we refer to it as the student snapshot report. So here is a live student report. It tracks everything the student does from day 1, starting with the course placement. It does have the date and time that they worked on it. Everything in Redbird is replayable except for games. Games you can't replay, but all the instruction and all the lessons can be replayed. You can actually see the answers the students put. So you could go back and review it with them after the fact, or review it with them maybe their last session before they begin their new session. Dark green means they got it correct on first attempt. If it's a lighter green, it means they got it correct on second attempt. Red means they missed it on both attempts. Just to show you what it looks like, if they were to miss it, they're given a hint the first time, and they miss it the second time, they're given feedback on why they missed it, and many times it'll be a solution, as you can see here, which works the problem out for them. So this is a great tool, and you can pause the replay as well. It starts automatically, but you can pause it at any point. They also, over here to the right, there's a calendar where if you hover over it, it'll show you how many minutes they spent on any particular day, how many items they worked on, and their correct first attempt percentage. Okay, so let's take a look at our recommendation for weekly usage on Redbird. We would like for students to complete 2 on-level lessons per week. The typical amount of time it typically takes to complete these lessons is 60 to 90 minutes per week, so 2 to 3 20 or 30-minute sessions, and we're looking for a 65 to 75% correct on first attempt percentage. That range, that was where we hovered over the calendar just a minute ago. It showed you their percentage. This is that zone of proximal development range, that productive struggle range, where they're struggling just enough that they're staying motivated and they're challenged, but not so much that they really dislike the course and don't want to do it. So if you find that percentages are low or high on the correct first attempt, and I would say low is anything 55% or lower, and high anything 85% or higher, around there, that means the program may be a little either too difficult or too easy for them, and we might want to take a look at a grade placement adjustment at some point. But that's if you're seeing, every day they work on it, they're scoring low or high on the correct first attempt. And sometimes you can just ask them and they'll be able to tell you whether they think it's too easy or too hard. Okay, finally, I wanted to share some Redbird resources for you. So if you go to bit.ly/Redbird for Teachers, and notice Redbird and Teachers is capitalized here, you will be taken to our educators homepage here, where you've got some additional resources at your disposal. So hopefully this will be useful as well. Well, I hope this video was useful. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any additional questions, and we really hope that you and your student enjoy using Redbird Mathematics. Thank you and have a wonderful day.